What up, Dustin?
Not much, man. Just happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Always.
about creating the difference. Let's talk about your favorite product.
My favorite product, my favorite CTD product by far would be TrueCut. TrueCut Sani Pads. You know, just having the ability to adjust ball motion and understanding ball motion. You know, the Sani Pads are a great resource to be able to do that, to be able to change ball motion immediately. Understanding the rate of surface change is crucial, you know, to be able to have success on the lanes, whether it's in a league or a tournament. I mean, I use the Sani Pads every single time before I bowl. So having the ability to adjust what I want is really a good resource for me. And then combining it, you know, with the TrueCut StabiliPad just gives me a more stable surface to, you know, hold the Sani Pad. The conditioner, of course, to make the Sani Pads last longer, double the life of the Sani Pads. So that would definitely be my favorite product.
Now, you're a high-level competitive bowler, right?
I like to think so.
I mean, you just shot 300 and almost 800 like 3 days ago. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you're a high-level competitive player. So, of all the CTD products that you are aware of, let's say you're not a competitive player like yourself. Let's say you're more of the average Joe. You're more of the league bowler. What do you think would be the best product for just the average Joe player?
I think there's two ways you can think about it. I think the first and most important way would definitely be ball cleaner. You know, a product like Life After Death, it's the best bowling ball cleaner that we make. You know, bowling balls are not cheap, so having something that's going to extend the life of your investment for the average player, the average league bowler that bowls, you know, 3 or 6 games a week, nothing outside of that, I think the Life After Death is probably the way to go, for sure.
So Life After Death is probably my favorite product because I believe it's one of the most innovative products in the space.
Absolutely.
I brought this bowling ball because I kind of want to show people that Life After Death is actually a liquid that is a bowling ball cleaner and a life extender. I want to show you what color it is. It actually is kind of a yellowish color, so to speak, goldish yellow. But that's not going to help me for my demonstration. So what I did was I actually dyed it. I actually dyed it black. So there's a black, it's the same product. I just put a little bit of black dye in it here. And what I want to do is I actually want to, I've got a bowling ball here, and I want to apply a little bit on the bowling ball. And I want to talk a little bit about what's going on. So Life After Death, it has a material that's a tackifier. And what that tackifier does, I'm going to clean up some of this residual here real quick. What that tackifier does is it is absorbed into the bowling ball. And because it's absorbed into the bowling ball, it leaves this residual material behind it. And what that residual material does is that residual material will make the ball be more tacky. And also, because of the chemicals that are in Life After Death, it actually will take and it kind of emulsify the oil that's in the bowling ball to help get that out of the bowling ball. And it also, because one of the keys of performance, one of the reasons why your bowling ball dies is because it begins to lose its tackiness. By restoring that tackiness, it then helps to make the bowling ball last longer. Like, that's what it does. So, you know, it's one of my favorite products from Creating the Difference because it has this technology in it that actually is meant to specifically make your bowling ball last longer while also being an unbelievably great cleaner.
Right.
It is USBC approved, and that actually matters too, right? That means USBC has looked at it, it's passed all of their tests. And then this by far is our most popular bowling ball cleaning product. It is our most innovative cleaning product. And I think for anybody, whether you're just getting started or even somebody like yourself who is a high level player, this is a product that you can use.
Yeah, so like two things. We go to a lot of events, we talk to a lot of people, and we talk to a lot of people that have never ever cleaned their bowling ball before, or people that, you know, make, you know, homemade cleaners, or they come to the bowling center with a can of acetone. What would you say to, you know, people that never clean their bowling ball or, you know, make their own cleaner? Like, why is this something like this better than, you know, either one of those two questions?
So, I mean, there's a few things there, right? There actually is a USBC rule that basically says that if you're using a bowling ball cleaner, it needs to be USBC approved.
Okay.
And that's a rule that people don't even know, but it actually is there. It's in the rule book.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the first thing. Two, if you're making your own bowling ball cleaner, I mean, you're not a chemist, you're not a scientist, you don't understand bowling ball chemistry. It's probably just not the best thing to do, right? Like, you wouldn't go like make your home, you wouldn't go grab your baby oil, right, and go put it in your car. I mean, if you did, you'd probably have some problems with that, right? So that's not something that I would recommend to do. Same thing here, like if you don't understand bowling ball chemistry, you probably shouldn't be making your own bowling ball cleaner. The bowling ball manufacturers, creating the difference, we study bowling balls. We understand how bowling balls are made. I used to design bowling balls, so I know exactly how bowling balls are made. So there's certain things that you should do, certain things that you shouldn't do. From a performance standpoint, also a protection standpoint, right? Cleaning your bowling ball with some chemicals is just downright dangerous for your bowling ball. I'm gonna keep wiping off a little bit of excess. But I feel like that's one of the things that you need to take into consideration. In addition to that, keeping your bowling ball clean is gonna keep you having the bowling ball performance good.
Yeah.
Your bowling ball will lose performance if you don't keep it clean.
Why?
Because the bowling ball is an absorptive sponge. So this bowling ball right now is absorbing in the life after death, just like it's gonna absorb in the oil and it's gonna absorb in dirt, right? So when that happens, your bowling ball is gonna lose performance. And that's why bowling balls lose performance. That's also why they have so much performance that they have, because when they're brand new, they can do that. They can absorb oil, they can take in that dirt, and they can give you that added performance. So it's a give take, right? You're gonna be able to get more performance by having a performance reactive bowling ball, but you're gonna take away that performance by not keeping it clean, because over time, you're 100% gonna lose performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just wanted to do that kind of to show you a little bit of life after death. Now I'm actually gonna go ahead and just kind of wipe off the residual
went in
here.
there.
Yeah, but you can see, like, it pretty much absorbs in, right?
Yeah.
It absorbs into the bowling ball. And because it absorbs into the bowling ball, it's depositing that tackified material, which will make the ball more tacky, which ultimately is going to give you a life extension. It's going to make your bowling ball last longer.
Yeah.
And you should do this before you bowl, as well as after you bowl. And the reason for doing it both times is because if you do it before you bowl, your ball's already clean, right? So you're going to be able to absorb the maximum amount in. When you do it after you bowl, your ball's dirty, so you're gonna clean your bowling ball off and then put some more on there, right?
Yeah.
So you really get that maximum absorption, that maximum impact. You really wanna do it both times, before and after.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually had a case where I talked to somebody and they were like, I spent, $270 on a bowling ball drilled. So why not, spend, the money to make sure you're getting the most out of what you got? Because it's not cheap to bowl, for sure.
It's not. And bowling balls, they don't last forever.
No.
Right? So the least you can do is begin to do some things to try to get that bowling ball to last as long as possible and give you as much consistent performance as possible.
Right.
One of the other things that's kind of interesting, Dustin, is one of the things that I like about what we do at Creating the Difference is we create innovative products, right?
Absolutely.
And obviously the sanding pads are cool. They're different. They're innovative. The bowling ball cleaner is cool. It's different. It does some things that other bowling ball cleaners don't do. But really, I think the sauce is probably our most unique product, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a bowling ball supplement, right? So you've used the sauce. You used the sauce when you bowled at USBC Nationals this year, and your team finished in third place?
Third for team all events and fourth
Right.
for team. So.
Right, and then you've used it and had 300 shooting. You shot 300 using the sauce. Maybe tell me or tell the people kind of your thoughts on what the sauce tastes like and then what it does for you when you take it.
Yeah, so I mean the taste overall is exactly what the label says. I was honestly surprised when we were initially starting to develop the sauce. It's like, oh, this is blueberry. It tastes exactly like blueberry. Or this is creamsicle. It tastes exactly like an orange dreamsicle. So the taste is dead on. It tastes amazing. And actually, it's something I actually enjoy, drinking going to league. Like, it's like, okay, tastes really good. I know exactly what it's going to do to me. So when I get to the bowling center, I'm in the headspace to say, okay, I'm here to bowl and that's it. And as well as I do, like, we have a lot of things going on our end. Like we could work on our phone, we could do this, we could do that. But this puts me in a headspace just to say, okay, I'm gonna focus on the bowling, and that's it. Like I'm there to bowl well. I don't wanna waste my money and just, do other things and whatever it might be. And even when we were at Open Championships in May, it just puts you into a place, like it doesn't change how you feel physically, it's all mental. So for me, bowling out there, it's a big stage, you got people that you don't want to let down. Me personally, I bowl with guys that I've known for 10 years, 10, 15 years. And those are guys that I trust, but I want them to trust me as well. So the sauce is definitely going with me next year when we go, but it's also in my car when I go to league every week. So.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the thing, right? Like, people who wouldn't have expected a supplement product from a bowling cleaning company or
Right.
a bowling product or a bowling sanding pad company, right? But I think that's the beauty of what we do, right? We're always looking to be able to help the bowler, right? Sometimes that means cleaning. Sometimes that means surface. Now it means mentally helping you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I believe that like that's part of what makes it special to be part of creating the difference. So, the staff, right? The staff that we've got, it's free to join. It's another opportunity for people to get more knowledge about bowling. So you are in charge of the staff. Maybe talk a little bit about what you've seen as people have kind of gotten in the group, have people have been in the group for a long period of time. When you look at the staff group, what do you take away?
You talking about the sauce?
No, just the
in
staff, just
general?
the staff in general.
Oh, just in general. So I mean, the staff, is a place to where, whether you're an average bowler that averages 150, or you're a professional. We have professionals in the group that average 250. It's a place that ever since it started in 2016, the staff launched. It's a place that people can come and get more education on bowling, get more inside information, get some access to behind the scenes of, not only what we do, but what the entire industry does. And to speak on the sauce, like, we had a group of people bowl the LBC last year, and they got to try the sauce 4 months before it launched. And then the group also gets access to, promotions that we do. We do a promotion called Easter eggs that the staff is the only ones that can get it. So that program allows people to spend their hard-earned money and get a mystery shipment where we will provide more value than what they pay. So overall, like, the group, ever since I've been running it, and I've been running it for 6.5 years at this point, it continues to grow, it continues to get better. It's a great group of people that all have the same goal. Like, at the end of the day, that group has one goal, and it's to grow bowling. And that's exactly what we're doing in there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the cool part about the staff. It's a community of people focused on growing the sport. And one of the best ways that we do that is by helping people get better. So we offer the free coaching option in there. And you have literally some of the best players on the planet interacting in that group. EJ Tackett is the best player in the world. He interacts in that group.
Right.
Anthony Simonson's one of the best players on the planet. He interacts in that group.
Yeah.
Like, you have an opportunity that you wouldn't normally have, I believe, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't normally be able to, I wouldn't say have access to those people, right? But be able to get knowledge from those guys,
Yeah.
right? That you wouldn't normally be able to get. I feel like we've got a lot of professionals that are in that group. But I like the fact that it's an opportunity for the average consumer that's just getting started with bowling, been bowling for a long time, coming back to bowling, or even bowling competitively, to get additional information to help them be the best they can be.
Yeah.
So forget about the products, right? Forget about the products. The products is how we pay to be able to afford to do all of the free things that we offer, right?
Right.
YouTube videos, all of the things that we do. But really, the real benefit is being able to get in with that community.
Yeah, and another cool thing about the staff group is, we offer free coaching within the group, and it's a group of coaches that we have hand selected to say, okay, you can go, help people, help the staff, become better. Like, I could post a video in the group, and I could get feedback on my physical game, and we set it up in a way to where you're not getting feedback from just anybody. Like, we've all had a situation where, somebody tells us something and you don't know any better, so you take it, and then it just doesn't work. So we want to give people correct information, accurate information, and that's exactly what the coaching staff does for us in the group.
Awesome. So, I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm actually going to go grab a bowling ball, and I want to explain a little bit about why the education component is so important.
All right.
I want to talk to you briefly about the CTD National Staff Program and some reasons why you may want to consider joining it. The Create the Difference Regional Staff Program was designed to be a free program that allows you to get access to free information inside of our gigantic 8,000 person Facebook group. The National Staff Program is an additional program that's a paid subscription program. And what it does, it allows you to get products at a deep discount. And you will know exactly what you're going to get because we start in January and we list them all the way out, all the way through December. One of the benefits of joining the National Staff Program is the opportunity to get unique products, specialized jerseys that are only available to the National Staff Program, specialized and personalized bags that are only available to the National Staff Program. And occasionally we'll do something that nobody has seen before. It'll typically debut in the National Staff Program. All of our products are always available. The sauce is available. Our ball cleaners, our sanding pads, TrueCut gloss, backpacks are all discounted as part of the National Staff Program. So if you have some more questions, just go to our website. All right, so I brought an Excalibur. Dustin, this bowling ball is the first reactive bowling ball ever really made.
Yeah.
This was actually made in 1991, which was probably before you were born, right?
It was.
Yeah, but so
5 years.
The reason why he's rubbing it in now. The reason why I brought that is because the reactive bowling ball, which is now commonplace, right? That's what everybody for the most part uses. One of the things that makes that bowling ball unique is that it has that ability to absorb oil.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the bowling balls prior to that, which now are actually coming back, urethane bowling balls, they don't absorb oil.
Right.
And the thing that's interesting about that is that capability is a large part of the reasons why the reactive bowling balls provide so much more performance over urethane. And it's also why it's important that people understand that the maintenance of these types of bowling balls is different than it was for a urethane bowling ball.
Right.
And especially with now you've got urethane balls coming back into play. They're primarily used by higher level players bowling on sport patterns, PBA type patterns, that kind of stuff. And then the league bowler thinks, well, I should have that too. But not really so much meant for league, right?
Yeah.
But the reactive ball is meant for the everyday player, is meant for league. And ultimately, that's why it's critical that you understand how to take care of that, how to maintain that, how to change the motion of that. And that's why we make the products that we make, right? The sanding pads alter the surface, change the reaction. The ball cleaners keep it clean, keep it from dying as fast, right? We even have soak products that will actually restore some of the performance. Mm-hmm. Those things really amplify the impact of a reactive ball. Can they be used on urethane? Yeah, but the real impact is from a reactive ball standpoint.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, Dustin. So, Creating the Difference is almost 10 years old, right? Been around for a little bit of time now. In your opinion, what's your favorite, not product, but favorite thing about the company itself?
My favorite thing about the company itself would be the mission behind the company. So, just to give you a little bit of backstory, I bowled for Purdue for 4 years. You did as well.
Yeah.
So you understand where I'm coming from here. So, that takes a lot of work. I worked my tail off for 4 years to, be the best player that I could be, not only for my team but for myself. Like I don't want to go out there and just say, hey, I'm not where I should be. Like I want to be prepared every single time. So I'm bowling 4 or 5 times a week for an hour or 2 hours at a time to get to that level. I would say that it paid off for me in the end, but I was in a position where I just didn't want to bowl anymore. Like I was so burnt out on bowling. And then, of course, we had the opportunity to work together. And you offered me a job the night I graduated. So, the company itself, the mission to grow bowling, the purpose behind what we do, kept me bowling, really. So that is definitely my favorite thing about what we do.
Also, I think for me, it's seeing people grow, right?
Yeah.
It's seeing that growth. That's the part that's the most fun for me. A brand new person gets in, they have their first 100 game, their first 200 game, their first 250 game. Or somebody who's older, right? And they're like, they've been 170 their whole life, and then they get a little bit of education, and now they're up to 190,
Yeah.
right? That to me is probably the best part. And
Yeah.
it's all tied into what our mission is, right? Like to
Right.
grow the sport of bowling, right? So it all kind of fits together, and I think it's why somebody who is in bowling and they want to get better at bowling should join Creating the Difference.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, that works out for us in the field has that real life experience, and the minute that you can give somebody just one little nugget of good information, it makes that whole conversation just worth it. Because that's what we want to do. We want to grow bowling. We want to do everything we can to educate the people in bowling. So yeah, I absolutely agree.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate chatting with you for a little bit. And,
Yeah.
If people like this, maybe we'll do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.